Got the car up. We put some tape on the bumper where we're going to drill the holes for this, aftermarket reverse and sensor kit. And we have used a bit of a plumber's line down the center of the bumper. We've done some measurements to make sure it's in the middle of the number plate, and we're going to use that to space out the sensors either side by measuring. So we're just making some measurements here so we can space them out evenly now that we've established the center. And we know on other cars that have them installed from factory, it's essentially in the middle of that letter. So we're taking the measurements to, and there's four, isn't there? Four sensors.
Yeah.
So there's going to be one here, one there, nothing in the center, it's just the center line, and then we're going to come out to the sides for the other two.
This is the fun bit on it. So if this is going to bend.
Trying to hold that right on that line.
Right the middle. That is 62.5.
Alright, we have, as you can see, there's lots of marks. We know where we're drilling, but it took a whole lot of mucking around and measuring about 6 times. But in essence, we're going to have one there, one there, one in the center of that, and then one in the center of that. And that's the little kit here. And we're going to start drilling now. Our first hole, not in the center. Sorry, the center, that's just the center of the car, so we knew where to come from. So we're going to start doing this one and this one. He's just doing a wee test first by drilling a hole in the cardboard to make sure the measurements are right for the sensors. We don't want to do our first drill in the bumper of the car. So he's going to push the sensor into that hole. That's meant to be the right size, just to make sure it all works out and there's no mistakes before we do it. We've done our test. That's one of the parking sensors pushed into that hole in the cardboard. It was drilled to the size that it says to drill to, and it fits perfectly. So we know just to do that now on the bumper. So we're going to go up with an inspection camera here, but we are just looking up in behind the bumper to make sure we're not hitting anything. So we've got the inspection camera up there now, but we can see there's a crash bar, and we know we're going above that crash bar. So he's just looking at the camera there, inspection camera, just to make sure we're not going to drill into anything up there, and then we're going to drill the holes.
That's
so
the back of the bumper. There's
the inside of the bumper there. It's the light reflecting off it, so there's nothing there. There's no wiring or anything. He's scrolling around, so we know. And we'll stick our hands up in there too, just to feel around to make sure.
Bring the two there.
We're in for a penny now, boy. First hole drill. Okay, now we're running a sensor in. We're hoping that wire drops down there in the back, but we'll find it if it doesn't. We're going to pull the tape off there around that first sensor, so that when we fit it, it's fitted. We don't have to pull it out again. So the wire is coming down there. There's loads of spare wire. And we're just going to push that sensor in.
That is actually not going in the way, just as good as I want it to.
Oh, we got it though. Okay, so there's the first one pushed in. It's a pretty snug fit. We might have to just pull the wee bits of fibery stuff off the edges, but that is a good fit, that's a good fit. There's a wee bit of stuff sticking up, but we'll pull it off. Really? We've got this one on, so now we're gonna drill the next one. That's how that first one has turned out. I think it looks like it was meant to be there. Let's hope this one goes the same. So there's two of them on. We've pulled some of the tape away. You can't even see them. The colour actually matches, even though it's just a no-name aftermarket part, and they fit perfectly. So we've just 2 more to do, and then it's all the connections.
Right, I need to check this one.
Okay, we're in the corner here. So there's the hole, and there is a bit of foam off to the left-hand side. So this is that corner, and you can see we've just drilled a wee pilot hole, and we're checking. We can see the hole. We know there's none behind it, so now we can go the rest of the way. But there is a bit of foam. If you went over much further, you'd be into that foam.
Feel it now, Stephen.
There we go. Okay, we've now fitted that corner one as well, just by the same method, as you can see there. And then we've got that one, and now we're about to drill the very last one in. Well, all the cables are hanging down. We know which one belongs to which. You can kind of see them anyway up and underneath. And we're going to make this last hole. There we go. We'll pull that tape off and then clean up the edges of that hole before we push the last sensor in. Okay, just before we go any further, you can see we're actually writing A, B, C, and D on these. This is the sensor. So A is going to be the rear left. It's a UK car, but it shouldn't matter. And then we've written B on the end of that one, C on the end of that one, and D on the end of the one in the far corner. You can see the wires coming out. So they do need to be labelled so that the car knows where the obstacle is, or the driver knows. We're coming into the boot here. We've just lifted the carpet, pulled that plastic trim off there, and we're going to bring the wires into the car through a little grommet. So we've pulled that grommet there. It just literally pulled out. And then we've got all the 4 sensors fitted. The wires are all hanging down. We are just going to literally feed the sensors. I'll show you from underneath up in through that grommet, and then that is the sensors fitted and into the car. Now we've popped that grommet, but we've put a hole in it. Have you got it there?
Yeah.
We've put a hole in it. We don't want to have no grommet. We've just put a small hole in it so that we can actually run the cables through this and then refit the grommet, because there is evidence of water hitting the underside of it. So we don't want a hole, just a very slight.
Check the lights.
And we're just checking here, the reverse light does operate on both sides. So we're going to, yeah, you've got reverse lights on both sides. So we're going to identify the reversing light harness off here, off the cluster at the back, and that's what we're going to power this from. So that whenever you go into reverse, it activates because the bulbs power, which will power the parking sensor system. I'm under the car here, and I'm going to start here with A. And I've given him A, and I'm just going to feed that up to him, so keep pulling there. That's the underside. So yeah, keep going. Hang on, you're nearly in fully. Okay, so that's it in fully. And then I'm going to give you, so here is B. As you can see, we have labelled these so they're easy to tell them apart. There's B. I'm going to make sure, so as you pull that up, lad, I'm going to make sure it's out of the way as much as possible here. Hang on. Okay.
Yeah.
There's 2 of them up, and then C. Alright, hang on, go slow there, feed it.
I'm just getting them, I'm pushing these through the grommet each time.
Ah, good man.
So that once these are up, I'm going to push that grommet.
Just
back
refit
down.
the grommet.
That's everything done then, from below.
Right, hang on.
We can do final adjustments on this once the grommet's in, cable tied in.
I'm just routing these in behind stuff because there's the wheel. So I'm trying to route them in. There's a mud flap there just to make sure debris isn't really going to hit or to try and minimize it. So I'm moving over here to the last one, which is D, and then there's D coming up. So again, I'm going to push that up in there as far as possible. Hang on.
Probably not halfway now, as much on D than there was on obviously A.
Yeah, there's just, I'm just trying to make sure. Aye, right, okay, that's it up out of the way. Hang on, give us a bit of slack again there now.
You check what you need.
Right, pull them all now. So, they're not visible anywhere. If you go up in, you can see there, they're up and out of the way. They're not near this exhaust, which would get hot and melt them. So,
back in.
and he has, as you can see there, he has fitted them through the hole in the grommet and refitted the grommet, and that is actually quite a neat looking job. Then we're going to find a way to route the wiring all the way under the seat there, under the trim, and all the way up to the dash. And we are going to, it's going to run probably along here, up in underneath that trim up in there, and we'll find a way to get it up in. And there's the little display. We're going to just have it over on the passenger side so that it's akin to looking into that mirror, so the driver can see it easily on his reversing. So we've started here. Apologies, missed a tiny bit there. You can see, yeah, he's literally just tucking that in behind the door trim, the rubber. The door rubber. See there, just pushing it in.
Look at that.
And it's actually went in behind that panel as well. Just by luck, can't beat a bit of luck. So we'll neaten all this up before we finish. So we'll move that. That's just a wee probe we were sticking. So we're gonna have that up in the corner of the dash there, as you say. We've literally come down behind that rubber, and we've just pulled that kick panel off slightly to get the wiring in behind it. Then we're gonna put it all back on and run it along, you know, underneath that one there to get it to the back of the car. So there's one pop, you can see it there, holding on this trim, and that's popping that off with the little pop tool there. We've been able to get in behind it. So now we're going to put the kick panel back on, the trim back on, now that we've managed to get the wire down in behind it. So we've got the wire down in behind where nobody's going to kick it. And we'll tidy up that trim. It's not quite on right, but we'll tidy it up. He's going to put that wire in, and that'll take us all the way to the back, hopefully down here, and then we're going to go underneath this back seat and into the boot. That's the plan. Sorting out fingers, no doubt, but it's working out well. There's places here where there's no room, and there's places where there's more room, but we're getting there. We're nearly into the back now. Yeah.
If I lift that up, can you tuck that?
Yeah. I can see where I'm fucking.
You lift it back. No,
there
it's
it is.
easier for you to lift it. Lift it.
Yeah, hang on.
One last
there we go.
bit. One last bit. See there?
That's it under.
No, not up my bit.
Is it not?
No, very nearly.
Hang on. Just
there. Poke. That's it. That's it. It's in.
So I've got it behind all the trim, and that's it, just disappearing under the back seat. We might have to go around the back of that seat belt there, but I'll figure that out in a minute. Okay, go back there again. Yeah, I got it. Right, so I'm just going easy here. You sort of tell me when it's went tight.
Right, so
just to give you a better view, now we haven't stuck that yet, but this is going to be up here probably like that, facing the driver, you know, from the passenger side, just to let you see. So we've got that wire tucked in, down the back. All that trim is the way we went in the end. So, you know, it's under this all the way along into the back, and it remains under right up until it comes out in the boot, essentially at the back of the back seat. So there's no visible wiring whatsoever, and the trim is all there, fine. And then you see where it comes out, you know, just under that seat where the ISOFIX is, and then it goes in behind the trim in the boot. This trim on the left hand side, we've pulled it out, so it literally runs in along there. We're going to put that trim back in. We've unplugged the wiring harness for the tail light, which just literally plugs in up in there. You see it, the grey plug? That is literally just a push, you know, a push connection. There's the wee bit you push. And we're trying to identify which one of these wires gives power to the reversing light, which we've established is on both sides, and we're going to spur off that to power the system so that it activates. And all these wires are going to end up meeting in the corner there, and that's whenever you put it in reverse, the light will come on and it'll also give power to the system as well. This little box is where they all plug in and meet in the junction. That's going to be in there behind that trim as well. So that's where we are. Okay, so we've established by putting it in reverse, use a multimeter, that bottom right on the flat side, not the plug side, bottom right with the flat side up is the reverse light. So now he's going to try and figure out which wire that is at the back.
It is the blue wire, like it said on
the blue wire. Just like it said on the forum. Well, at least we know. That's good. Two things. Plugged all that shit in. A, B, C and D, I presume.
Yeah.
And then you've earthed it up in there to that purple. And you've hacked into the blue reverse light for power.
In here.
In there. Oh, you've taped it all back up. Oh, yeah, so in theory this is all, but we haven't tidied it away because
I want to see if it works.
I want to see if it works. So we're going to plug that in and then we're going to stick it in reverse and see what happens. Lifetime test. So it's just sitting there. Do you want to go in and stick her in reverse and see if are
the keys in it?
The keys are sitting on that shelf over there, or else they're lying on the seat. Oh, they're on the seat. And can you see?
Oh, button on that.
Can you see that?
Yeah, but there's a button on that, and I don't know what it does.
You don't need to start the engine. It's fucking working, all right.
Yeah, go here over. Move to the other side. Yeah.
Am I on the right now?
Yeah.
I can actually see it in there. Hang on. Yeah. And then if I move away. Oh, that's brilliant. That's the wee thing there. She's working. Up in there is the plug, and it's quite handy because it just plugs in with this bit essentially facing you. So I'm not going to be able to do it on camera but it's up in there, so I'll re-plug that. That's the plug there. I couldn't get the camera up in with my hand, but you can see just at the top of it is the wee tab that you push to unplug, and it just pushes in and pops. So that's that in. So we've stuck it up there to the road. There's the wiring, and we just need to sort of put that trim back on and then put the boot trim back in, and that little bit that goes along there, the plastic bit, and that's it. We're done. So we'll have it out of the garage. You can't even hardly see those. They are working perfectly. We're going to go and park it up here just to double check, but they are so well. It looks like they've always been there from factory. So we're reversing up against the fence here. We're going to test this boy out. Look, it's picking up already, 2.5 meters. I haven't stuck that down yet. There we go, look at that. Perfect. That is absolutely perfect. And as soon as he took it out of reverse, the power goes off. So we'll go outside. Yeah, 0 is about 30 centimeters, so that you don't hit anything, and that's working perfectly. So all I have to do is put the trim back on inside, and we'll call that a raging success. And we're gonna go and we're gonna just probably stick this down somewhere like here so the driver has a decent view of it. There it goes, total success. Happy car.